What's up, guys? Steve here with your stimulus check and stimulus package update. And we have some updates as one state has announced they're going to be providing 4 million people with additional $600 stimulus checks. That's right. So they're going to get their federal $600 and a state $600 as well. And we've also received word that the Biden administration is working on a new provision to include in their stimulus package that's going to be allowing monthly stimulus checks to children. I'm going to get you caught up on all the details on that. And also, we have some video footage today from Bernie Sanders letting us know the path forward that Democrats plan to take with the stimulus package. They're saying they would like to get Republican support to get those 60 votes to pass it in the Senate. But if they cannot, they are willing to take reconciliation to push it through on their own. So we're going to be taking a look at that. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest in this video. But before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. Be sure to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Like button, comments, and sharing these videos out to anybody that you think might need to see them. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you're not already a part of the viewing community and you would like to stay up to date on everything rolling out right now, be sure to smash the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can be notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3. I do my best to respond to as many comments here on YouTube as I can, but I can't get to them all, so Instagram is a great way to reach me as well. But now let's go ahead and dive into the latest that's unfolding right now regarding stimulus. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So first, let's start off with the new state $600 stimulus checks that are coming out in California. So link in the description below to this article if you'd like to check it out for yourself. And it says, Newsom, California's $600 stimulus check for low-income families could be sent out soon. And it says, Governor Gavin Newsom announced on Twitter Friday that California's $600 stimulus check for low-income families could be sent out within the next few weeks. And it says the payment would go to Californians with an annual income of less than $30,000. About 4 million people would be eligible for this payment, costing the state about $2.4 billion. And he also released this out on Twitter, as the article mentions. Let's take a look at that right now.
Low-income families have been disproportionately impacted by this pandemic. And that's why we announced recently a new stimulus. We refer to it as the Golden State Stimulus, $600 checks in the hands of at least 4 million people that otherwise received the Earned Income Tax Credit last year. We can get this done in the next few weeks. This would match the federal stimulus of $600, providing upwards of $1,200 to those most in need. Let's get this done.
So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So if you're from the state of California, you could be getting an extra $600 stimulus check. Now, in the meantime, we're waiting for Congress to pass the next stimulus package to provide more provisions at this time. And what we're hearing is that Joe Biden is saying that $1.9 trillion stimulus package proposal he released, he'd like to get bipartisan support. Republicans and Democrats working together to pass this through Congress. But we're hearing that Republicans might not be supporting this. And keep in mind the fact, to get bipartisan support, he needs to get at least 10 Republicans in the Senate on board. But if he cannot do that, right now we're hearing that doesn't look like it's going to be a possibility. They're going to have to pass this through on their own using reconciliation. We're hearing they don't want to do that. They want it to be their last resort, but they are willing to do it if necessary because they're saying stimulus is a top priority. Now, the reason why they don't want to do this is because he's saying he doesn't want to enter in office and immediately just start division between Republicans and Democrats. He wants them to come together to pass stimulus. However, we're hearing that if they have to, they will use reconciliation. And let's take a look at a video clip that came out yesterday from Bernie Sanders giving us a little bit more detail regarding this. Let's take a look.
Do you think there is some sort of bipartisan work that can be done in the Senate, or are you expecting a sort of McConnell-inspired gridlock?
Look, I think we should do our best to reach out to Republicans who represent communities that are suffering terribly in terms of unemployment, lack of health care, and other very serious problems. But I don't think our reaching out should go on indefinitely. This country today is hurting, and people are hurting really, really badly. We're looking at people who cannot feed their kids, literally, who are worried about being evicted, can't afford to go to the doctor, even when they are sick. We have got to move and move quickly. So I think we should reach out to Republicans. If they choose not to come on board, which I suspect will probably be the case, We have the majority. We should use that majority in a very aggressive way. Now, I'm going to be chairman of the Budget Committee, which handles what we call reconciliation. And that is a Senate process by which you can pass not all kinds of legislation, but a whole lot of very important legislation with a majority vote, not 60 votes. And it is my view we should make sure that we address the needs of the American people in that reconciliation bill. And if we pass it with 51 votes, we'll pass it with 51 votes.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So what they're saying is they're going to be passing stimulus one way or another. Now, yesterday we had also heard that in an effort for Democrats to get it through very quickly, one of the things they might consider is pulling out some specific provisions that have bipartisan support and trying to pass it through with both Republicans and Democrats on board. We will see. And one of those provisions was stimulus checks. And speaking of stimulus checks, let's take a look at an article that just came out with a new provision that's being suggested that will provide monthly stimulus checks for children. So, link in the description below to this article that just came out that reads, Senior Democrats drafting plan to give parents at least $3,000 per child in Biden's stimulus. And it says, senior Democratic lawmakers are moving to fulfill President Biden's desire to expand the child tax credit by drafting legislation that would direct the IRS to send recurring monthly payments to tens of millions of American families, according to officials who spoke on conditions of anonymity. Under one draft of the plan being discussed, the IRS would be tasked with depositing checks worth $300 every month per child younger than 6, as well as $250 every month per child ages 6 to 17. That would amount to $3,600 over the course of a year for a young child, or $3,000 for older children, said officials. Unlike the stimulus checks, the Biden administration and Democratic lawmakers are hoping to make these child benefits a permanent government program that would continue in the future years, according to 3 senior Democratic officials who spoke on conditions of anonymity. The current proposal calls only for the expanded benefits to be enacted for 1 year, after which Democrats widely hope that political pressure will force Congress to extend them. The benefit would be phased out for more affluent Americans through the precise income levels that have not yet been determined. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Children could be getting monthly stimulus checks, but what we're hearing is that if this passes through, it'll likely be through reconciliation, because it doesn't look like Republicans are going to be on board with spending this kind of money. Take a look at this. The article says the benefit could prove costly, increasing the federal deficit by as much as $120 billion for 1 year, according to estimates by the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, a nonpartisan group. But it could curb child poverty in the United States by more than 50%, researchers at Columbia University have found. Now, congressional Republicans are expected to oppose this measure because of its overall price tag. And what we're hearing is that there are some that are saying they're on board, but for the most part, they're not, and Democrats are on board with the exception of one Democratic senator. So it looks like this could possibly get pushed through with reconciliation. However, it looks like this is not going to get bipartisan support. Once again, let me know your thoughts on these monthly child stimulus checks in the comments down below. Well, you guys, that is the latest that we currently have on stimulus checks as of this morning today, January the 23rd. And know that as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date here on the channel, as we're expecting to see a lot of new provisions rolling out in this new soon-to-be bill, and we'll see if it gets bipartisan support or if it's going to be going through with reconciliation. Like I said, I'll keep you guys up to date here on the channel. And once again, if you made it this far and you haven't already, why don't you just go ahead and smash that like button. It just takes a second and it helps out the channel. And if you're not already a part of the viewing community and you would like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, be sure to smash the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can be notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. Have a blessed weekend. This is Steve.